Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the channel. Swordfire X5 here in the studio tonight, August 7th, 2022, friends. Just wrapping up the weekend in the captain's seat here, in the pilot seat, whatever you call it. Been in the chair now for about 6 hours. Been going hard in the paint, wrapping up a few projects I've been working on. One of which is posted. If you haven't seen it yet, Maddie and the Pickles, they did a show Wednesday night. I was gifted the opportunity to do a little videography for them. It was a great time. They rocked hard. I had a lot of fun. I'm hoping to do it again in the future. If you haven't checked it out, go over there and check it out. What else, man? Had a really good weekend. It was recently my girlfriend's birthday, and I decided, I was just going to take her up to the Pennsylvania Grand Canyon, which, if you haven't been there, it is beautiful. It is a sight to see. It is a lot of fun, and it is totally worth the drive. It was about it's supposed to be about a 3.5 hour drive from where we're at, and it ended up taking us like 6 hours to get there. But we also stopped a few other places. And so we had a lot of fun doing that. We took 6N out there, and I got a freaking speeding ticket. Okay. And so basically what happened was, as we were flying down the road, okay, we were going down this freaking mountain. It's one of those mountains where you don't want to hit the brakes too much because you're going to wear them out. You're going to, you don't want to smell brake pad. So you just roll with it. You know why? Because the year's 2022 and vehicles are designed to handle higher speeds, right? It's not in the 1980s anymore. So we're flying down this hill, and I'm like, holy freaking crap, there's a cop right there. I started slowing down. He pulls out behind me. Whoop, whoop. There goes the lights. I'm like, shit, we're getting pulled over, So I pull over, and he gives me a freaking ticket. $164. He told me I was doing 82 and 55. I said, okay. I didn't tell him he was, I wasn't going to argue with him. You know what I mean? Last thing you want to do is argue with the police officer on the side of the road. You end up getting shot or something. So I was like, okay, no problem, whatever. And my girlfriend, at this point, has been, filming a little bit, taking some pictures. She wants to put together her own little adventure video, which I think is awesome, right? And so she asks the cop. She says, hey, I got a favor to ask you, and he leans his head in the window like he's smelling for drugs or something. And he's like, yeah, what's that? And she says, I was wondering, it's my birthday weekend. I'm wondering if I could, basically get a picture of you having us pulled over. And he kind of chuckled, smiled, said, yeah, that's no problem as long as I'm not in it. Which is funny because her and I were talking, and it's totally within our rights to film him. We could have filmed the whole episode if we wanted to, but we decided not to, right? But he says, yeah, go ahead, no problem. So she gets out, snaps a couple pictures, and we go on our way. So we're driving down the road, and I'm not even kidding you. Less than a quarter of a mile down the road, another state cop has somebody else pulled over. And we're like, holy freaking crap, this is a freaking speed trap, And then a quarter mile after that, boom, another state cop had somebody pulled over. I'm like, okay, I guess I don't feel so bad now, Just kind of freaking ticked me off, though, that, we're on this freaking big-ass 4-lane highway with nobody around, and I'm going, doesn't matter how fast I'm going, you know what I mean? Speed traps just irritate the hell out of me. That's all I'm going to say, I got to be careful with what I say here on the channel. I got to be careful with what I say on the show, obviously. And, man, we didn't let it bother our trip, though. We had a good trip. We went to the PA Grand Canyon. We got some merch. All right, they had like a little gift shop set up. And one thing about that area is there's literally gift shops freaking everywhere, But we stopped at the top of the canyon, and they had this little trailer with AC, which was nice. And we got some matching shirts. It's pretty cool. I don't have it on tonight. It's in the wash, getting washed because it stinks like sweat and campfire. But it was fun, dude. And then we got a campsite. I got this camp through this app called HipCamp, which I found out through my buddy Walt Blau, who I met via podcasting. I was texting him the other night. I told him, I said, dude, you're like my best friend, dude, that I've met since I started doing shows. And I mean that. You guys should totally go check out what he's got going on. Walt'sKitchenTable.com. Great dude. Check out his merch store. I got one of his shirts on the way as we speak. But back to the story. We went to the HipCamp. And basically, HipCamp is this app you can download. And it's a bunch of people with private property who have little campsites on their property that you can rent out like super dirt cheap. Way cheaper than getting a crowded campsite area. You know, it was neat. It was my first time going to one. It was Autumn's first time going to one, and we loved it. It was at this farm, the Olga Farm, it was called, in Coudersport, Pennsylvania. I give it a 5-star review. The guy was super friendly. You know, he told us we could drive up to this one spot that he normally doesn't let people drive through to get to our site. And we got there, we had this huge field we looked out over. It's supposed to be a stargazing community up there is what it is. Because Coudersport, specifically Cherry Springs Campground in Coudersport, Pennsylvania, claims to be number 5 in the world for stargazing. Unfortunately, it was cloudy, overcast, and we were exhausted, so we didn't do much stargazing. But the campsite was beautiful. It was all worth the 50-some bucks or whatever I paid for it. Because, I had the comfort of knowing we're allowed to be there. I mean, you can camp anywhere, really. But there was just a certain comfort knowing, like, okay, I kind of reserved this spot. Nobody's going to mess with me. Nobody's going to mess with my babe. And if they did, so I brought my machete. Anyways, that's all I got for you guys tonight. I hope you guys had a great weekend. And to keep it real, man, I got one thing to leave for you guys tonight, all right? This is what I want to say. This is what I want to get off my chest, all right? Follow your dreams, man. You got to follow your dreams and don't stop. Find out what you love to do and just do that. It's becoming clearer and clearer to me the older I get how true that is. That's all I got to say. You guys have a great start to your week. I'm going to hit it hard in the morning. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Stay tuned. I got a lot of projects lined up still. I know I promised the motorcycle adventure video. I have not forgotten about it. I got 10 minutes of it done. I just don't want to mess it up. I'm taking my time on it. I got that project. I got a lot of projects I'm working on for my employer. I've been gifted the opportunity with them to do some really, really cool stuff. So stay tuned for some of that. And that's about it, man. See you guys on the next one. This is Swordfire X5 out.